Welcome back, friends. It's the Half-Ass Crafter. I'm Laura, the Half-Ass Crafter. We're going to do a half-ass craft. It's going to be great. I hope, maybe. I mean, it may also be like a clown car of hilariousness. Who knows? The first thing I want to do, though, is show a little bit of happy mail that I got from the UK. This came from Belinda. Hi, Belinda. And I just wanted to show the beautiful postcard that she made. I mean, look at these are die cuts, y'all. These are 3 separate die cuts, and then the blue is separate too. Isn't that wild? It's so good. And she's got a cute little note on here, and she complains of her handwriting, but Belinda, I think your handwriting is great. So I wouldn't worry about it. And then she also sent this little ATC. Isn't it adorable? I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to hang it on my little bulletin board. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. And then she also sent this little die cut cluster that she made. So cute. I'm going to put this over here because this is where I keep those little things so that I can remember to use them. And I think she made this cute little envelope too out of this paper. Totes adorbs. Thank you so much, Belinda. I bought a bulletin board at the thrift store for $7 whole. It was still wrapped new in the packaging. And it's hanging up on my wall, like way over there. You can't see it. And that's where I've started putting all of my little fun postcards and ATCs that y'all send me. So thank you. It has tons of room. So if you want to send me any postcards or ATCs, you can. All right, let's get into what we're going to do today. I think I told everyone that a friend of mine, she destashed a bunch of stuff, and I got a ton of Art by Marlene things. I got some art journals. These are some paints. I got some stencils, which I don't believe are in here. Actually, I think these are all Temu stencils. These are Dina Wakley paints that I bought myself. But what I thought we would do is I thought we would work in a smaller format. So usually I work in my big Dilutions journal, which is a ton of fun, or I'm working in a glue book, which is also a ton of fun. But I thought, let's start working in one of these small art journals that I have. I wanted to start a new art journal simply because I just need to shake things up a little. I got to get the cobwebs off, you know? So I have this Art by Marlene journal, and it's got this 2-ring binder, and it has this really thick, feels like watercolor paper. So what I thought I would do, I'm going to actually take the pages out of this book. Not all of them. Maybe we'll do 3. We might do more. The book will be right over here, so we can just grab it if we want it. So what I thought we would do is I thought we would do some backgrounds on these pages really quickly to show you some different ways that you can quickly get stuff onto your blank page so that you aren't worried about your blank page, right? Because we're all worried about our blank page. So what I have here is I have these very small, I think they are 4x4. Yeah, they're 4x4 stencils. So I thought, I really like these stencils. I've used a few of them, but I haven't used all of them. And I thought these would be great to work in a smaller format. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to see which ones kind of strike my fancy. I kind of like this one's a little abstract-y. We're going to do, let's see, how many do we want to do? Well, I like this one too. Maybe we want to take 3 to start. I really like this one. It's kind of Moroccan. What if we paired that one maybe with this one? Ooh, I like this one too. Okay, that should be good to get us started. So I'm going to set this off to the side as well, and I just have a stack of things over there, so if it falls, if you heard crash, that's what's happening. I have this Art by Marlene paint. Number one, I don't know how old this is. This is the Intense paint set. I don't know if she still offers this paint set because I don't know how old these paints are. So I'm not even sure that they are still good. I'm going to hope that they are still good, and we will see if we can figure something out. I also want to use the really bright Dina Wakley, and I feel like, did I not get, well, I do have lime, but I don't have a bright orange. I have tangerine and cheddar. I don't think cheddar is as bright as I want. Sedona's not, I don't know, we'll try tangerine. Do I have a bright orange somewhere else? I don't think so. All right, I'm gonna do one page that is kind of neon. I'm gonna do this other page with some of this Art by Marlene stuff. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to use a little makeup. This is one of those little makeup sponge things. It's a smaller one. I'm not sure if I like the smaller ones over the bigger ones. You know, you just have to play with things and see which one you like the best. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to use a whole lot of paint. Ooh, this is nice. I like the consistency of this paint. The thing to remember is I've had a few people say, you know, oh, I tried to do the stencil backgrounds, but, you know, the paint globs up and it doesn't look right and, you know, whatever. And I get it. I really do. So what I want to tell you is it might be that you have too much paint. You can also wet your page first. So that's just a light spray of water. I'm going to put some paint on here. If you have a new dauber like this, I'm going to spray the other side so it doesn't curl. If you have a new dauber, it's going to soak up all your paint, so be prepared. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get paint on this page. That's all I want to do. Okay, and then I think the other color I want to use, I think I'm going to go for this yellow, and we're going to see how that works. And the cool thing is you can mix these colors together, right? Why can you mix the colors together? Because they're both going on the same page anyway. Now be careful, because somebody out there's yelling at me. I hear you, calm down, I'm going to say it. So what I am doing here is I'm taking a cool color, which is this green, and I'm mixing it with a warm color. So I really want the green on my paper here to be pretty dry, because if not, I'm going to make mud. And it's pretty dry. So now I'm going to put this yellow on. Yellow and green make blue. No, just kidding. Yellow and blue make green. I know, you can't kid on the art channels, right? Like, you just can't. People will scrub through and then be like, that lady is telling people wrong information about color theory. Well, if you would have listened to the next 2 seconds, you would have seen that I corrected myself. But it's also okay. I mean, come on. There's lots of people out there with the wrong information about many things, and they get paid to be wrong. So, you know. All right. So there's that page. It's not done. We're going to let it dry for just a second. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it, I think with purple. I'm not a real fan of all of these very dark colors, but I think I might use, I need to shake this up. I think I'm going to use this on top of here and see if I can make it look sort of Halloween-y. We'll see. So, how's everyone doing? It's very weird to be sitting here making a video this early in the morning because usually I would be in a meeting right now talking to a bunch of people about all sorts of things. And I'm not. I'm here talking to you all about art. How fun is that? So one of the things with, okay, so when you're going to use a stencil, you need the smallest amount of paint. So I'm going to get some paint. And I'm going to kind of go in a circle. Because what I don't really want it to do is I don't want it to get all glopped up in the edges of my stencil. So I'm using kind of a light touch. I'm not like grinding it into the stencil. And if I see I've got too gloppy of paint, then I'm going to pick it up. And that's what the daubing does. It picks up that paint. And voila. It's not great. I did use too much paint, as you can see right there. So let's try to use a little less paint down here. So what happens if you just lightly go over it like that? That looks a little better. I am barely touching this stencil. And my paint's kind of drying. All right, that's barely touching. So now you can see, whoa, the three ways I did it. So this was like kind of heavy-handed, this was not as much, and this is lighter. And I think I actually like that more. So I did that, and now let's take maybe a little bit of blue. I think maybe I want to do blue and a little bit of this. And I'm going to use the lighter blue. So my mat here is still a little damp, which is great. I'm going to put this blue on there. I did not shake that blue up, so I'm not sure what I'm about to get into. And I'm using the same dauber. Maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Maybe this blue is going to be too light blue now that I'm thinking about it, but let's find out. I don't know, we're over here making mistakes and trying things. And it's all okay. And if somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to do it. So there's that one. I need a little bit more blue. And it's all going to be okay because we're going to cover most of this up anyway. So all we're doing right now is putting on some texture in the background. You kind of want your stencils to touch. That's a thing I've heard from quite a few artists who make tutorials. I am not an artist who makes tutorials. I'm an artist who shows you what not to do. So, you know, you may want to keep that in mind. I don't really like how hard that edge is, but I'm gonna not worry about it and move on. So it's been really interesting not having to go to work. I still have moments. Oh, neat. Okay. And I'm going to leave the center alone because we'll put stuff on there. I still have moments in the evening where I'm like, all right, what meetings do I have tomorrow? And then I realize none. I have no meetings tomorrow. Realize that I don't need to worry about it. And then I'm all like, what? All right, we're going to set this one off to the side to dry, and we're going to pull in another one. All right, and I'm gonna put those colors aside because I'm not really keen on them, and we're going to work in, I think I'm gonna start with ocean in the background. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. 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 I think that's what I want to do. Or maybe, do I want to do medieval in the background and see if I can get the light stuff to show up? I probably can't get the light stuff to show up, could I? All right, let's do pink in the background. I don't know. We're going to try it. We're going to try whatever's in my brain at the time. I was going with ocean. I'm going to go with that. That was my first choice. I'm going to get a new little dauber thing. Got a lot of them right up here. All right. Put a little bit out. I have not wet this, but I'm going to because I really liked the way the paint worked on the damp paper. So, and I know some people, I've seen some people put paint in their, or put water in their paint or water on their dauber or whatever. And, you know, you're free to do whatever you want to do. Oh, you know what? I can do, Uh-oh, I think this one's got a little clog in it. All right, so this is ocean, this is peacock, and we're just gonna blend the two together. There we go. Neat. All right. And all we're really trying to do is just get paint down. And then what I want to do, ooh, I'm gonna do something wild. Wild, I say. Are you ready? We are going to take white gesso and we're going to do, ooh, I should have shaken that up a little bit more. It's okay. A little bit of white gesso, and I'm gonna take this and again, I don't want a ton on here, but I'm going to put some white gesso on here before I put the very bright neon colors on. And I'm gonna glob it up in some areas. All right, like that. And then I wanna put some over here. And you normally wanna do 3 areas because our eyes like odd numbers, and 3 is a thing that our eyes really like. So there's that one and that one. And then I think I'm just gonna do a small one there and a super small one here. And I know that that's 4, but I feel like these two kind of continue each other. And again, this is just a background. So if you hate something, you can put something on top of it. You have that freedom. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have to dry that because I need to put stuff on top of the gesso. All right, BRB. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm gonna use this pink and I'm going to, oh, she says she's gonna use the pink, but then the pink is a little clogged. All right, now I'm gonna use the pink and I'm going to put this stencil on here with the pink, and the gesso should pick it up a bit better than just the regular acrylic paint. That's the hope. Now, is it gonna work? Who knows? That was way too much paint right there. But that's okay, it's a background. We're just playing around. Look, you can make mistakes. You need to make mistakes because that's how we learn things. We learn things by making mistakes. All right, and then I'm gonna do, I think, a little here. Like that. And I still need to use even less paint than this, but I think I'm gonna put a little here. Like that, and then a smidgen over here like this. There we go. Ooh, I like that. I kind of want to do one more color. Maybe let's do a little green. Let's do a little green with this. Come on, there you go. And remember, you just need the smallest amount of paint. That's why these paint things are so small, is because you don't need a lot. We're not making big massive canvases. I mean, if you need to make a big massive canvas, obviously get as much paint as you need. But if you're just doing little backgrounds for collage, you really don't need more paint than that. And then I'm just gonna do a circular motion here just to get some of that shape from this stencil onto the paper like that. And then maybe a little bit over there. Cool. All right, we're gonna let that one dry and we're gonna start another one. All right, so what happens if we don't spray the paper? Well, if we don't spray the paper with water, the paper should, I'm going to surmise, absorb all of the paint that we're gonna use. So my mat is wet, so I need to put both sides down a little so they flatten. We're gonna use these two colors and see what we can get going. And then we will add a third color of maybe a metallic. So let's see what we can do. So see, the paint when it's wet goes much further. So I'm gonna need a lot more paint here because this isn't sprayed. So I'm just gonna spray it. That way I don't have to use more paint. But I'm gonna have to spray both sides so the page doesn't curl. All right. And now I get much more coverage this way. And for this one, I'm going, ooh, well, I was gonna go all orange, but then I smushed my orange around. So I've been watching Debbie over at My Vagabond Style. I know I mention her a lot because I've been watching her a lot. She's like doing, I don't know, she's just, I noticed that sometimes there's certain creators that my creative inspiration and their creative inspiration gets kind of aligned. And it's a lot of fun because then, you know, you're like, hey, I had that same idea. Or, oh my gosh, I've been working on that same thing too. And so it's a lot of fun. And I feel like Debbie and I are kind of in that spot where we're both doing very similar things. And she has this random glue book, which I really love. It, she makes hers out of a discarded real estate magazine that, you know, you can just get for free. And I thought, well, that size is basically this size. And she usually paints her backgrounds in that glue book, and then she like collages on top of that, and I think that that's a ton of fun. And so I want to try something similar. So what I'm going to do once I get this paint unclogged is we are going to, I wanted to make these backgrounds, and then I wanted to take some of my glue book fodder that I have and see about making some collages with that. So that's my thought process. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it because why not? So this I am globbing on because I don't think it's really gonna show up without having the globs, because it's a light going over a dark.
So I do have a big clog in here. I'm hoping to get out. Oh, I'm gonna have to mess with that. Not on camera. Do it on your own time. Alright. Figure this out. Doopy-doopy-doo. There's that. Do a little bit over here. Well, that kind of worked pretty well, huh? Let's see if I can... Kind of works. Oh, come on. I need... let's see. Don't worry. These are just Temu tweezers. They're not that great. I'm not ruining anything. There we go.
All right. Cool. I like that. And then I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go over with a little bit of Sedona. Actually, since I have, let me set this over. Since I have a little bit of this left over, I think what I might do is just a smidgen. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm going to take this Sedona, which is a little bit, it's darker, which is great. That's what I want. And I'm going to put it, And I think I'm gonna stick to the same stencil. I know. That's wild. Now, because this is so dark, I don't want a whole lot on here, because what I want to do is this. Very light. I'm so lightly tapping this, y'all. Like, I got way too much paint out of that bottle. There's no way I'm going to use all this paint. I mean, I just needed like literally a drop of paint, so. There we go. Oh, I kind of like that. The yellow isn't really getting picked up by the camera, but it is there. Okay, that's very warm. And then what if I did, okay, I have an idea. I don't really want to waste all that paint. Do I want to just put it on a, yeah, I do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna grab this paint and put it on this page. All right, now it's on a page, and then that page will dry and it'll all be okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get another stencil. I don't know, I'm gonna try it. I'm not sure that I'm gonna like it, but, oh, you know what, I'm gonna use this one. I was gonna use Raindrops, but I think I'm gonna use this one. And I'm gonna use Medieval because it's a metallic. And we are going to, whoa. That had a little clog in it, and now it doesn't. All right. And it looks like I'm putting Medieval on that other page too, because again, this is a dark color. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect these two stencils together with this Medieval. Yep. And then I'm gonna connect these together. And I'm trying not to go in a rectangular motion, but more of a circular motion. But my brain really wants to go in a rectangular motion because that's what I'm dealing with here. And then there we go. Ooh, I kind of like that. Nice. All right, let that dry. And then let's put this on this page. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that'll go in a nocturnal journal. Ooh, maybe we'll make one of these art journals a nocturnal journal. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Huh, that's not such a bad idea. Let's look at what we created. All right, so these are the three that we've created. And what we're going to do is we now need to put our collage on top. So we did the paint for the background. You could have also used some texture paste if you wanted texture. Sometimes I like texture and I'm like, ooh, that's nice. But sometimes I'm like, it didn't really do anything for me. So our next step is going to be collage papers. So let me go get some. Okay, so like I said, I got a ton of Art by Marlene stuff. And so I grabbed a stack of collage papers that I think will work best on these. I think the black and white ones are probably going to be the easiest to work with because, you know, you just glue them down. As a matter of fact, I like this page and I think I want to use it on that one. So a bit of this for this. And then
I thought this one may have some things that we could use. on this one, but maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. That can work for that one. That one. So those can go there. And then this one, I wonder if I've got, let's see what I have. That blue might be interesting. There's also something behind here. Oh, well, there we go. Those will work for that one, actually. And then these are some Art by Marlene and Jane Davenport rice papers, which, ooh, that actually might work on that one. Okay, so that one has 3, this one has 2, this one has 1. Are there any pages that will work over there? Not really seeing any. Okay, we're going to... And then I do have these, which I think maybe that's what I'll do is I'll just keep. Let's see, numbers and letters, I feel like. So where we did that? Alright. Okay, and then that gives, I do kind of need maybe something of color to go on that one. So let's see if I have anything. Oh, that's kind of neat. It's not quite the right colors. I need something a bit cooler. You would think since it was Art by Marlene paints that I would have an Art by Marlene collage paper that would work. But maybe there's something in this paper pack. Here's a small... Hey, there's purple in there.
Yeah, let's try those. Okay, there we go. All right, so step 1 is I'm going to set these off to the side. We're going to work on one at a time. I'm going to put the white paper in the background. And the thing is, I'm working in a very small size, which I'm not normally used to working in. So the thing that I have to remember is that I am going to have to use smaller bits of paper. And I also probably need to pay attention to these holes here on the sides. So I am using some gel medium from Dina Wakley. It is not supposed to be apricot colored, but it is for some weird reason, but it still dries clear. So anyway, don't ask. And I'm just going to put that down here like so. And then I think I'm just gonna line that up like so. I do like the Dina Wakley gel medium. The only problem is it comes in this very small 1 ounce tube, jar, bottle, and you're just going to use it really fast if you're doing the stuff that I'm doing. I don't know. Let's do some more of this. All right. There's some of that. I really feel like I could probably use a bit of this as well. And this is rice paper, so when I glue it down, it's going to go kind of transparent. There we go. Oh, I like that. I'm actually digging this for this. I'm sure someone out there was like, yes, that's what I've been yelling at you this whole time.
I'm gonna put this down here, like so. Bloop. Oops. Here we go. Here we go. Alright.
And then the next thing I want to do is I want to figure out, do I want to put, oh, that needs a side head, doesn't it? This is a hat, friends. I need a side head for that. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side and let it dry. And then we're going to go into this one. And this one, I think I'm gonna use, well, I said I was gonna use these. There we go. Okay. All right, set that one off to the side. And then our next one is this one. And we have this, which I think is going to be lovely. This is Jane Davenport. And all I'm doing is just randomly collaging bits down. And then what I will do is I'm going to put something on top of all of this, so it just doesn't really matter. You have to work through the ugly, y'all. You just got to keep going. If you look at it and you're like, oh, it's kind of ugly, keep going. You're close. You're getting close. Just keep going.
I'm going to tear off that end. Just keep going, even if it's ugly. Even if it's ugly, just keep going. I'm going to put that there. I don't know why. It does kind of match the medieval, so that's cool. Alright, and then I do have this piece, which I think I want to use a piece here. Like that. And then I'm going to put these over here.
Now again, I have to worry about the little holes here. I mean, I can repunch the holes as well, so it's not that big of a deal, but I still want to just remain aware of them because I don't really want to give myself more work than is necessary if I don't have to. All right, so now that kind of gives me a frame on that one. We're gonna set that off to the side and they're all gonna dry. I'm gonna clean this mess up and then I'll come right back. Okay, here they are. They're not quite dry yet. They're still a little damp. I'm gonna let them dry overnight fully. And I'm going to go and cut out, I think, some people heads and body parts and things, because I think I want to put altered people on here maybe. I mean, I already have some in my glue book stuff, so maybe I could use them, but I have an idea for one person, so we'll see what we do. And there's going to be a part 2 where then we're going to decorate our pages. See you then. Bye.